Are you looking to establish a food forest in your backyard? That's what we're kind of doing over here in our backyard, and I want to show you guys what we have done so far. First of all, hi to all the new people out there. My name's Lane Fornerat, aka Lane Vids, and this channel is mainly about our gardening and food forest that we have trying to establish here. We've been working on it for almost a year now, and it seems to be doing all right. I'm very excited for what I have to show you guys today. If you're interested in establishing a food forest, make sure to click that subscribe button so that you don't miss a video. Hit the bell, that way you actually get notified too. So I'm working my compost today, and I've got a couple other things I want to show y'all as well, but I just, I filled it with some leaves, and I kind of want to show you guys what we got going on here. First of all, I use a Yimby tumbling composter. I'll link it up down in the description below if any of you guys want to go and check it out. It's the cheapest, best budget tumbling composter on Amazon. I've done plenty of videos about this composter before, so if you want to check back on any of the other gardening vlogs that we've done, you can do that. But in the composter, I tumbled this thing and I've filled it to the brim with leaves on this side. It's been really composting down quite nicely, and I'm kind of curious to see what happens here. On the other side, I've been letting this sit for a while, and if y'all remember over the fall and whatnot, there was like maggots all over in here and whatnot, just because we weren't adding any browns to it. I was kind of doing a test to see what would happen, and this is kind of the results right here. It's kind of like a mud, if you will. There's still some, like, this is a big I think avocado nut right in there, and you can still see some of the eggshells that we put in there, but it is breaking down. I don't see any more maggots in there. It could have been because it got super cold the past few days. It's got down to below freezing. But we do have some, it seems to be some great compost. Look, that's a corn husk right there. How long do you think it's going to take to break that thing down? So I want to know from you guys, should I add any browns to this, or should I just kind of let it sit? I don't want it to get all balled up and matty again, but I'm still trying to decide what my purpose is going to be for this. I think I might try and use some of this to plant some seed in, and we can kind of see how that works out, although I think I might need to add some other kind of soils and stuff to it as well. I just wanted to show you guys how that experiment went, because if you watched in those previous videos, y'all would saw that it was full of maggots, and we were kind of doing an experiment to see what would happen if we didn't put any browns with it. Let's see, let me take off my glove, and I just tumbled that too, so you have like a very, very fresh idea of what the compost looks like. Again, if you guys want to check out that composter, I'll link it up down in the description below. You guys can go and read other people's reviews about it and see if it's the best fit for you. There is couple of other composters out there. There's one made by a company called Lifetime, and that seems to be a very nice composter because it has a wider opening, and it can fit a few more gallons of compost into there. Like the whole top opens up. It's pretty cool. That might be my next composter if I decide to get on one. Other than that, let's go take a look at the compost pile too, because if y'all remember from the previous video, we had a bunch of seed that got left out in the rain, and they started molding and whatnot, and so I wanted to kind of show you guys. We're going to look at this every week probably, or every time I make a video. I don't know if I'm going to do them weekly right now just because it's so cold. We finally got a freeze, or I guess it was like a freeze. It got down to 32 degrees. It was cold for Louisiana, being that it's January, almost February, and it looks like, which, speaking of being January and February, we have a long growing season here in Louisiana, and we still have stuff growing. I'm so surprised by that, because we don't get like a bunch of snow. It's like summer stuff, or fall stuff that's growing too, so it's very exciting. But these are the seeds that I'm looking at. I believe we sprinkled a bunch right around here. Y'all can see all this. I think this is all growth right here. I believe all of this right here is growth minus that weed. That's just clover right there. And then there might be some other things that are gonna pop up out here. I'm not sure yet. I believe we threw a bunch kind of in this general front area right here. So we're gonna kind of watch this over the coming months, and we'll see what happens. Make sure you click that subscribe button so that you see those videos if you guys wanna see some of that. Other than that, let's see, we have this tree right here that's doing very nice. It's getting nice and tall. I forget which one this is. It's either a plum or a berry. I can't remember. And then we have our orange tree right here. And whenever you're establishing a food forest, this is what you want to do. You want to plant trees in your yard that'll come back and give you food every single year. Last year we got 1 orange off of this. I'm so excited. We've had this thing planted for so long. It's finally getting big, and I'm excited that it actually produced something for us. So we did a little cleanup from the past time that I talked to you guys. And we have this these beds right here, these raised beds. We cleared them all out, made them look nice and new, cleaned up all the weeds and stuff that were in there. Hopefully we can get some stuff in here soon, maybe some peas, cabbage, and carrots type of things, since it's still kind of chilly, but that's going to be coming up in the next month or so. And then we also cleaned out this one here. If y'all remember from the previous video, there's a big giant radish growing out of this thing. It was monstrous and it was taken up. We just let it go to flower, and we finally pulled it up. So it should have made that soil very nice and fertile down into there, because it actually used all the nutrients and whatnot. So I'm very excited to see what this can do in the coming year. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, I'm gonna put up a video on my Instagram stories of that radish and us pulling it up. It was super fun. I might upload that here to this channel too. I have it on my phone. I just haven't had a chance to upload it yet. This is the lemon tree that we really cut back. I'm kind of curious to see. I'm thinking that thing might die this coming year. We kind of cleaned up everything here. We had some tomato plants right here. We just haven't pulled them up yet. Probably just kind of let them fall over. I don't know what this is right here. Is this another radish? I think, yeah, this is another one of those radishes. This is what was in that bed over there. And it's still flowering. It's still doing something here. So it's very exciting to see life. It looked like it almost went down back into the ground and then back up, but it didn't. It's above ground right there. But that's just really cool to see. That radish right there. Then we have our blueberry bush right here, which I've noticed all these little buds on right here, and it looks like they're starting to open up right there. So that's exciting. Hopefully we'll have a good yield this year. We also planted those 2 other blueberry bushes in the front so that they can cross-pollinate together, so that should be exciting. Last year we planted this elderberry bush right here, and this is another perennial, so it should come back every single year. And hopefully as it grows, we'll be able to get some berries off of it, because elderberry is super good for you. But this is a fairly new one, and we planted it late, so I don't know how big it's going to get. But it's very exciting that it's still here, and it's making it through the winter, although it doesn't get very cold here. We also cleaned out this bed right here. As y'all know, we use this fencing stuff, and we just staple it onto our wooden fence here, and we use that as a trellis for what we have growing along here, which is usually cucumbers and peppers and peas and that type of stuff. We still do have a pepper plant here, and it's still looking pretty decent. I mean, it looks like it got a little cold in the frost and whatnot. We have a pepper that's quote unquote growing. It's looking a little rough. And then we also have this one down here as well, and it's got a couple of pepper plants on there as well, or a couple of peppers on there. So that's exciting. Very cool to still see those things growing. Where do you guys live, and do y'all still have things growing in your food forest? Let me know in the comments below. This is I leafed all this over. It froze over. It's been raining. It's been hopefully composting down and making some good nutritious soil. We had a good yield from here last year. Again, the wiring for the trellis. If you guys need some of this wire, this fencing, or a staple gun or anything like that, I linked up everything that we use to create our food forest down in the description below if you guys need to go and get any of that. But I'm hoping that this year, with all this leaf stuff on here, that this does really well, because as y'all know from last year, and the garbage heap back here, let's go back there, I'll show y'all. Oh, the Travel Vlog Family! That's our other channel, if you guys don't know. That's where we've been doing all of our vlogging lately. If you're into our family vlog, we do travel vlogs and that type of stuff. But what I was saying is, this trash heap back here, if y'all remember last year, I basically did this same idea. I put down a ton of leaves, and then whenever it got a little warmer, I did go down to the compost place, and I put down a layer of compost on top of that as well. But I'm very curious to see how this does again, because this thing, I mean, I've put some leaves on here. I actually want to add more along the edge here and over here as well, because I didn't cover up everything that I used last year. But this should be nice, hopefully nice and fertile, composting down, creating that good soil foundation that you need for your plants to be able to grow in. So I'm very excited to see what happens here. And I'm noticing this right here. Look, What in the world? That's a tomato. That's a tomato plant. We still have life in it, and look. Oh wait, no, this is a weed right here. Oh wait, look. What's this though? Oh, it's a tomato plant. It's dying though. That thing's dying. Okay. This is so crazy though that we have a tomato plant growing, still green, looking good. What? So that's exciting. Proof that this is working, right? That the trash heap is working. The passion vine is continuing along the fence here. We didn't really get much. Oh look, it's growing. Oh boy, Krista's not gonna like this. This is our clothing line. Krista likes to dry some of her clothes outside, and the passion vine has now attached to that, so we'll see what happens here. Someone was telling us that passion vine is an invasive plant as well, so we'll see what happens with that right there. We do still have a few pepper plants in this side garden. There's one right there, looks like it started to rot over. Krista picked a whole bunch of them recently, so we don't have many left. Here's another little pepper right here that's growing, looking good, looking nice. And there's a few other plants in here. We really, we were gonna clean out along the fence like we did in the front last weekend, but it just didn't happen. We didn't make it happen. We just had too much to do, and it was too cold, and the rain was coming. A couple of pepper plants right up here I noticed, right here and right here. So it's cool to see the peppers still coming through, and we still have a ton of pepper plants right here. We really need to clean out again all this right here. This is all old tomato plants right here that just need to be taken up. I still haven't figured out exactly what this, I'm pretty sure this is a tomato plant right here, and it's still, still growing. So this is very exciting to see. Again, good indication that the soil is doing great there and that we didn't have too hard of a freeze there to keep the thing alive. Now, okay, this is one thing that I wanted to show y'all. Speaking of earlier, I mentioned that we have a long growing season, and being that we have a long growing season, things stay green. And this is the Mexican midget tomato plant. It's taken over the trellis that we put there. It's still growing, and check this out. We are getting tomatoes still. I thought that the freeze might get rid of them, but apparently not, and that's a good thing. We want tomatoes. These tomatoes are delicious, by the way. If you can find Mexican midget tomatoes, we had somebody give the seed to us. But this thing is growing, look, it's growing all back here along this trellis. It's starting to flower again right there. It's looking so good. I'm so excited to have a plethora of those tomatoes right here. I think this thing's gonna do amazing in the coming year. So subscribe if you guys wanna see how that thing does. There's also a couple of pepper plants, one right here, one over there, and it looks like there's a tomato plant right here as well. Is that part of, I can't, oh no, look, that's part of this dead thing right there. So we still got a little bit of life going on to there. That's good. Let's see, let's go around to the front. We plant stuff in our front yard as well. May as well use all the yard space that you have. First things first is the blueberry bush right there. It's looking good. Got a bunch of weeds around it. We need to kind of clean it up, maybe mulch it and whatnot. But probably get some wood chips under there this year. This was new, we planted that late last year. And then we also have our apple tree right here, still just kind of doing the same type of thing. These shoots look a little new, look nicer. Hopefully we get a little bit more growth out of this thing this coming year. And this one over here, this other apple tree. We got these two because you should be able to cross-pollinate, although this one is just looking really rough. I don't know if this little guy is gonna make it. We may be taking him up. I don't see any good life. We'll have to kind of watch them over the spring and see what happens there. And then this is our other blueberry bush that I mentioned that we were cross-pollinating with for the blueberry bushes that we have. So that's exciting there. We really need to go through. This is our herb garden, and the weeds have kind of taken over. But usually a lot of mint grows all along here. We got some parsley right there, and then there's usually some cilantro that grows in here somewhere as well. So got a little bit of an herb garden going there. And then we back around to the front here where the leaves are. So that's a state of look at the food forest. If you, like I said, if you guys need any of the stuff that we've used to create the food forest, the tumbler, the wiring for the fence, anything, it's all linked up down in the description below. I'd love it if you guys went and checked out, read some of the reviews of those products and see if they're what you're looking for. And like I said, if y'all have any questions about establishing a food forest and growing your own food, let me know down in the comments below. Remember to, I had a question about the composter over there, wondering what I should do with it. Y'all let me know what I think that I should do with it. thank y'all for watching. Oh, if y'all want to check out our traveling channel, the Travel Vlog Family, I'll put a link in the description if you guys want to check that out. It's always fun. Got the new baby on there, which he's sleeping right now in the little cart. Y'all want to go see him real quick before we go? I'll give y'all a little sneak peek. Hang on, we got to go all the way around. All the way around. Hang on. You want to see him? Do y'all know his name? Y'all should know his name. I made him an Instagram account. Do y'all follow him on Instagram? Okay, we gotta be quiet because he's sleeping, okay? Be very, very quiet. Okay, here we go. There he is. Can we see him? Oh, he's so cute. Okay, guys, watch more videos.